everyone, Catherine here from Inky Finger Cat, back with another 30-day Christmas card making challenge card. This challenge is Martin's challenge. I'll leave the information in the description box below. There's a Facebook group, he does it on his socials, etc. And he sets us a challenge of a different theme for each of the days of November. This is day 12 and the theme is reindeer games. Now, they're not exactly playing games, but I've got reindeer in there. Well, have I? No, these are actually deer, not reindeer. But you know what? It's the inspiration as the starting off point, isn't it? I think I've done on quite a few of these challenges. I've just sort of said, yeah, but I've done my own thing, so ignore what I said. Anyway, I'm using indigo blue stamps, and these are new to me stamps. I bought them a month or so ago, probably sometime in September, maybe even August. And this is my first time of using them. And you might think, what on earth is she doing? Well, I'm going to create 2 cards out of the one panel. So I'm actually going to cut that tree in half, or thereabouts, after I've done all my inking. And sometimes it's just easier to do it this way. I don't know. I don't know why I did it this way round, because normally I would ink my scene, do my ink blending of my scene, and then add my elements in. I don't know, I just did it the other way around. To be honest, it's been a while since I've made this type of card. I thoroughly enjoyed myself getting a little bit inky, a little bit messy, bit of washi tape to kind of mask off, bit of paper, bit of torn paper, punching a circle to create a moon or a sun or whatever. Yeah, really enjoyed it. I think sometimes we overthink these kinds of scenes and we think they have to be complicated. This is not complicated. This was 3 stamps per panel, you know, so obviously I did stamp 2 of them twice. I punched circle for a moon or a sun, and then a little bit of very light ink blending to create shadows, to create a bit of sort of a sky. I added a bit of green to the tree, and then I ended up going in and adding some kind of... Oh, at this point I cut it down, okay. I wasn't thinking about the sizes of these cards. As you'll see, one of them ends up in a very different size to the other. Or you'll have already seen that from the thumbnail. But yeah, I wasn't really thinking. I was just having fun creating a scene, and then added a little bit of blending around the outside. And then I bring in some torn paper to just add a few more sort of snowdrifts to extend the hills a little bit. But really, it's so easy to do these sorts of things. I think it probably helps. I watched a lot of Barbara Gray a long time ago when I was used to watch Create and Craft all the time. I used to watch Barbara Gray doing brayering scenes, etc. And I think that really helps to have done that. It took me probably 15 minutes, maybe 20 max to do that. It probably only took me about half an hour to make the cards in total. Maybe something along those lines. So I went for a simple flat card. I have got the matte and layer of the black, which I think just adds a nice professional image, you know, professional finish to it. So one of them is perfectly sized to fit on a normal size card. It is slim enough for that. The other one, not so much. I stamped my deer too far to the right for that one, whereas that one fits nicely with a bit of frame. And then there's some space at the bottom, perfect for adding a sentiment to. Now, I could have chosen all sorts of different sentiments. I could have gone and chosen those Tim Holtz sticker sentiments, etc. But I decided to stamp directly onto the card blank using this Christmas to Remember stamp set. I've had it for donkey's years. I just like the font on that Season's Greetings. There is one that says Merry Christmas as well. I thought the Season's Greetings was nice. Stuck it nice and flat, dead simple. Could have added splatter, could have added shine, could have added gems. Decided against all of that and just went with what I'd got. Now this one's a wider panel, and so it doesn't quite fit. It's probably exactly the size of the width of a normal card blank, so it's a little bit too wide really, because then it looks too short, so it looks a bit bizarre because it looks a bit squat. So I decided to make my own square card that was 5.5 by 5.5. I'll probably stick it in a 6x6 envelope because that's what I've got, but 6x6 just seemed too big. So I went with 5.5 by 5.5, scored it first, then I trimmed 5.5 and then 5.5. Perfect. So that gave it a nice frame. Obviously it isn't a square panel, it is a rectangle panel, but I thought it looked nice and kept it really simple. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was a dead simple card. As I say, this was reindeer games was the theme. I've not got a reindeer and they're not playing games, but you know, it is what it is. Please do subscribe if you want to see future videos, and like if you've enjoyed this video. Simple process, a little bit of ink blending and some silhouette stamps. You can't go wrong, in my opinion. Please, sorry, I've already said subscribe, so enough blathering. Thank you so much for watching me. Until next time, bye bye.